SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries Find a Missing Star. Chapter 32. There were no two ways about it. We were in a jam. The crooks had us tied up tighter than Mr. Krabs' wallet. I was trying to figure out a way to get loose and get out of there. But before we made our escape, I was eager to see who their big boss was. Who was the mastermind behind the fiendish plot to kidnap Patrick? Could it be the Dirty Bubble? The Atomic Flounder? Man Ray? Or some villain so secretive, so mysterious that I never even heard of him? Man, was I in for a surprise. In rolled a blue computer monitor on a stand with wheels. It had gray metal arms with blue hands and a face SpongeBob knew all too well. Karen? SpongeBob said, amazed. Plankton's computer wife? Squidward said, dumbfounded. Did you bring snacks? Patrick said, hungry. Karen rolled right up to the three prisoners dangling over the vat of tartar sauce. Two eyes appeared on her monitor. Well, 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 she said. If it isn't SpongeBob and Squidward, Mr. Krabs' loyal henchmen. Come to rescue your pink friend? How's that working for you? She laughed. We're not henchmen, SpongeBob objected. We're loyal employees. Shrugging her metal shoulders, Karen asked, what's the difference? Henchmen are just lowly, brainless assistants, blindly following the orders of their evil overlord, SpongeBob explained. Hey! The three criminals said, offended. Karen wheeled on them. You three, shut your traps, and keep blindly following my orders. Yes, boss, Dorsal Dan said meekly. As they talked, SpongeBob noticed water dripping from a stalactite above their heads. It gave him an idea. If he could stretch one of his fingers toward the drip. Why'd you do it, Karen? SpongeBob asked, stalling. Do what? She asked. Kidnap Patrick, SpongeBob said. What'd he ever do to you? Yeah, what'd I ever do? Patrick chimed in. Ever! He knew too much, Karen snapped. Wow, that's a first, Squidward observed. He saw something he shouldn't have seen, the Tattletale Strangler said. We couldn't afford to have him flapping his mouth, so we snatched him. Behind his back, SpongeBob stretched his finger toward the dripping water. Bloop! A drop fell on his finger, and his finger began to swell. You mean when he saw you guys burying something beside the Krusty Krab? SpongeBob said. What was it? Treasure? Treasure? Sticky Fins Whiting sneered. We ain't pirates. We buried a little something for crabs, Dorsal Dan said, smiling an evil smile. On orders from the big boss. What kind of a surprise? Squidward asked. A cake? With ice cream? Patrick guessed. He was still hungry. Karen rolled around the dangling captives, enjoying herself. Actually, it was more of a surprise for my husband. SpongeBob's whole hand was swelling with absorbed water. Plankton? Squidward said. Karen nodded her monitor. Yes, that's right. I decided to give Sheldon the #1 restaurant in Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob looked confused. The Krusty Krab? You can't give Plankton the Krusty Krab. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Mr. Krabs. Chuckling, Karen explained. I'm not going to give Sheldon the Krusty Krab. I'm going to blow up the Krusty Krab. And he'll have the #1 restaurant in town. The Chum Bucket. You mean? Squidward said, putting it all together. That's right, Karen confirmed. My three stooges here buried a bomb under the Krusty Krab to blow it up. Unfortunately, your friend Patrick here happened to see them doing it, so they had to kidnap him and bring him here. Until the whole thing blows over. She laughed. Get it? Blows over? But why now? SpongeBob asked. Why blow up the Krusty Krab for plankton after all these years? It's our anniversary, Karen said, blushing on her monitor. I wanted to give him something special. Also, I'm pretty tired of him trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. We all are, Squidward agreed. Snap! SpongeBob's hand, swollen with cave water, broke the ropes that held it. With one hand loose, he was able to quickly untie his other hand and free himself. Holding onto the rope and pushing off Squidward with his feet, he swung away from the vat of tartar sauce and landed on Karen. Wah! Get the soggy sponge off me! She commanded. You never blow up the Krusty Krab! He yelled. I won't let you! The three criminals rushed over and grabbed SpongeBob. Clinging to Karen with all his might, he was stretched back by the strong men until he finally had to let go. Whap! He snapped back into the criminals, knocking them over. Jumping to his feet, he ran towards Squidward and Patrick, hoping to untie them and set them free. But the henchmen rushed over and grabbed him before he got the chance. They swiftly wrapped chains around SpongeBob and locked them with a heavy padlock. Clunk! There, the Tattletale Strangler said. That ought to hold ya. SpongeBob just smiled. He hadn't freed his friends, and he'd been shackled in chains. But before they'd yanked him away from Karen, he'd done something important. He turned her tracking device back on. Stay tuned for chapter 33 coming up soon.